Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Welcome to the page. Like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you. Don't give up on me. Don't lose hope. Unbiased material. You know what I mean? It's my point of view, but you could be doing anything with your time right now, but you're taking a little bit of time that you have to sit down and listen to me and hear my point of view on things. So I appreciate you. I really do. So it's been maybe about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks since I did a video. A lot of things going on, life situations. As long as we wake up, we have the opportunity to enjoy a good and a bad day. So no matter how much of a bad day you think you are having, just remember, you can't enjoy either or without that first step. Without waking up, you cannot enjoy that first step without waking up. So we always got to give thanks and praise for that. So I got some really, really tragic and bad news at the beginning of this week. One of my closest friends that I grew up with, his niece passed away. May she sleep in peace. Rest in peace. Definitely a Flatbush native. She was very, very, very young. Probably about 30. I think she just turned 30. Left behind a 2-year-old daughter and a whole bunch of uncles and aunts and just family members that's just really grieving because she was so young. She passed away way before her time. And how she passed away is she took her life. You know, she was, from what I hear, because, you know, I know her. I knew her. Of course, not as close as the family because there's a nice little age gap. And yeah, but I knew her. We had, you know, we were a little more than associates, you know. So she was a very, very beautiful girl inside and outside. Very intelligent, a go-getter. So when I got the news, it kind of took me by surprise. It really messed my head up, social media world, because that's the last thing I would have ever thought coming from this individual. But then come to find out with a little more details that, you know, she was depressed for a while and she was on depression medication. Now, speculation do believe it's the depression, and I believe so too, because like I said, I knew this girl and I had several conversations with her, and yes, she was having some troubling times as far as life situations, you know what I mean? Not being where you want to be at this stage of the game and stuff like that, or relationship issues, or whatever the case may be. But the times I did talk to her, never in her voice, in her eyes, that I could tell that this human being was capable of doing that or even had the nerve to do that. So that's how I know it's definitely the depression medication. So this video, I want to honor to her. I want to put your business out there. I don't want to put your name out there. Those who know. Those who don't, just, you know, take the message and do better and pay attention. But I just want to let people know that you really have to be in mind, not only how you are thinking, but how people around you are thinking, and make sure you pay attention to their words and their actions. If people, and more so their actions than words. The words are always going to be the first step most of the time. People are going to say certain things, tell you certain things, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to follow through with it. So That's why I say you definitely have to go off of people's actions as a second base as well. To me, the most important. Yes, the first step, the talking, you pay attention, you acknowledge that, you're like, okay, and now let me see if the actions follow suit through with the words. We really got to stay away from, there's a lot of things, and not only just, and this is just pills in general, this is just medication in general, whether it's depression medication, whether it's heart, blood pressure pills or cholesterol pills, or whatever type of pills, big pharma or whomever, the powers that be is trying to push out there, because we have everything in us to help heal ourselves. The first thing, it starts with the awareness that we have the problem. After we find out that we're aware that there is an issue internally or externally, we gotta program our mind and have faith that we can correct it. Whether you wanna have faith in your God, in your higher power, in the universe, the God in you, faith in yourself, whomever, but it's gonna take more than just your intellectual mind to get past this. Because we all know our mind serves us sometimes for the good, sometimes for the worse. All depends how in tune we are with ourselves. But we can't always take our mind very, very serious. We can't. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you feel bad. Sometimes you feel that you could do something, sometimes you feel you can't do something. So not all the time we could just take our mind off of, this is who we are, this is what it is. No, the mind it fluctuates, depending on your attitude, depending on your mentality, depending on the state that you're in. We can either use our mind to serve us for the best, or we can use our mind to serve us for the worst. What do you mean? Let's say we're in the best place on earth right now. Let's say this background right here was, I don't know, whatever your favorite place is. Let's say Dubai. But mentally, you just got the distraught news. You and your significant other got into some situation. God forbid, somebody passed away. Any type of discord that you're having and tied in mentally, you're gonna feel some type of way, regardless of how beautiful your background is, how beautiful the weather is, regardless of what, that's gonna mess up your mental state. Ah, man, it's sad. It really is sad. We really have to believe in ourselves. We really have to believe in ourselves, social media world, because there's so much things out there, external things that are kind of persuade us and take over our mind or mislead us to have us thinking whatever it is they're feeding us. Whatever you feed in your mind grows. If you feed positivity, positivity grows. If you feed negativity, negativity grows. So we have to have that faith and that belief that we hold that power. We can overcome anything, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's high cholesterol, whether it's anything that somebody can give you some type of medication and a description and say, if you take these things, it's going to help you with that. And remember, a lot of these things, they're not natural that they're given to you. So it's almost just like a Tylenol or Advil, just a higher version, a higher dose dealing with that specific ailment. So it's always going to have some type of aftermath effect that you can't see. You can't see what's going on in your body. You can't see when you take this and you take this for 30 days, it might have an effect on your liver. It might have an effect on your kidney. It might be helping or seem like it's helping curing something, but damage you in somewhere else. So back to the story, we really got to pay attention and have that faith that we can overcome what we need to overcome by holistic disciplines, whether natural herbs. But like I said, the first thing is believing that you're capable of healing. That's the first step. You have to have that faith. Let that faith conquer that fear that you have the power to heal yourself. Everything is choice, mentality, and attitude. I don't care what you're going through, where you are. If you shift that attitude, that mental state, trust me, it works wonders. It works wonders. But we have to be aware that we're capable of this. We have to be mindful of how we're thinking. Keep checking in. So it's a very, very, very sad week, social media world, that because of depression medication on top of whatever else this individual was going through, it probably spikes some hormone, especially in a female. Women got a lot more internal hormones than men do that trigger how they think and how they act. Unless you're just a man and you're bipolar, or I think my friend had, I can't remember what it's called, but something, anyway, it's either here or there. But you really got to have the faith that you can overcome what you wanna or what you need to overcome. Let's not put all our eggs into medicinal doctors, because everybody, I'm not even gonna get on that topic, but let's have faith that we can heal ourselves. Let's take more holistic approaches. Let's be more aware. Let's look within when we're going through something, when we're having any type of serious ailments. Let's start within first and believe that we can heal ourselves. That's what we really need to do. And second of all, depression is real. Anxiety is real. Certain people, depending on their mind frame, depending on a whole lot of different things, certain things affect others a lot more worse than other people. So you have to be mindful of who you are and how does it affect you and how is it really making you feel. And if you really feel like you do need to be on some type of medication or something, I think before you even try that route, I really think you should probably go see a therapist. Listen to me, I even thought about it a couple times, and I think I still will. Nothing's wrong. Just because you want to go see somebody, a professional, doesn't mean that you're crazy, doesn't mean that you belong in a loony bin. It doesn't mean any of that, social media world. Sometimes all therapy does for some people, it helps them take accountability, because it helps them open up more, express more, because in that person's head, they're probably like, this is a whole person who don't know me from nowhere. So whatever I'm telling them and whatever information they're receiving and spitting back out to me, it has to be to my betterment. It has to be some truth to it, because this person has no idea who I am. They have no reason to hate on me. They have no reason to not want to see me excel and succeed. So you're most likely to just be vulnerable and tell them the truth and nothing but the truth. So I think therapy can help a lot in certain situations. Everybody has a story, social media world. Everybody has a story. And sometimes we don't get our story out because we feel vulnerable or talking to our friends, our peers, our loved ones, our significant other. We have that fear that if I do tell my partner certain things, she or he are probably gonna throw it right back in my face, or our ego and pride. So I get it. But that's why we should see some type of physical therapy, and make sure you choose the right therapist to shop around. Because social media, I don't have no degrees. I'm not a therapist. Everything I go off of life experience, knowledge, the studying that I have done over the years, the books that I have read, things I have studied, people whom I have studied. But just because you have a degree, just because you went to school for X amount of years, don't make you it. So please, certain things are just titles. Anybody can go to school, put in that work, study and pass tests and have this title. But at the end of the day, we are all human beings. So make sure you find somebody who's very empathetic, somebody who's very unbiased, who has good reviews, people who, when you read the reviews, they actually excelled and overcame by seeing this individual person. Or it really makes no sense, right? Because, like I said, depression is very, very real, social media world. Very, very real. Don't let it get to the point, don't let it get to the place where you feel like you have to go out there and get some type of medication. You can't trust a lot of medication. Medication is, in my opinion, it doesn't help solve the problem. It just keeps you latched on so you can continue to using it. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like a barbershop. If I gave you this certain pill that you took it once a month, your hair stops growing. For the last time I cut your hair, it stops exactly like that. My barber skills will be useless. There would be no reason for you to come to the barbershop unless it's like once a year. That's not helping me make money. So it's the same thing with these pills. If I just solve your problem right then and there, I'm out of business. I got to figure out something else to sell now. So think about that the next time these doctors push on depression medication on you, push on high blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills, or whatever other pills and medication they want to push on you to heal your ailment. Think about that. You have the power within you. Do the research, search within you, have faith. Like I said, the first step is to be aware. The second step is to have faith that you can overcome this. And trust me, the divinity in you, things will surface. Let me tell you something, social media world. When you really believe, the universe brings out things and things will surface that you didn't know would came out of this way. You didn't know if this healing process would have came from here. You don't know that this person would have led you through this person. It all starts with being aware and just having faith. Don't always go off of what you can see, taste, touch, hear, and smell. Use your higher faculties to your imagination to think of bigger, bigger promises. Because it starts within you. Let's stay away from these medications that are sometimes not fully tested, that they just put out there to just soothe the problem but not really heal it. Sleep in peace, beautiful. I'm so sorry. My condolences to you, to your daughter, to your family. So young, social media, bro. This really, really, really hit home because my peoples, let's take our health, let's take our mind state, let's take everything into our control. And let's be real with ourselves. If we feel like we just don't have that responsibility or we're not that reliable on ourselves to take it into our control, let's seek that help. Let's seek that higher help. But let's stay away from these medications. Let's stay away from the doctors that the first thing they want to do is prescribe some type of pill to deal with the problem, instead of a mind frame, a book to read, a diet to change. I want to give a moment of silence. Sleep in peace, beautiful. Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. You already know.